Hi guys, and welcome to your next diary log. So, this week what I wanted to talk about, as I've been noticing with a lot of people around me, and I just keep saying to people, so I'm just like, well, I might as well put it in a diary log. So, as everyone knows, like on this channel, I am also an actress, and it's been really interesting because along my journey as an actress, because as anyone knows who's been an actor, it's rise and fall, rise and fall. It's a bit like, it's a bit of a wavy kind of journey with it. And the reason for in my journey, as I see so many actors getting so disappointed in just not being where they expect to be. And a lot of it's to do with you're setting the bar too high for yourself, which is really interesting because I've literally just talked about this for next week's reading. So you guys will be seeing that too if you watch my tarot readings. Because when you set those unrealistic expectations for yourself, like, you're here, but you're setting the bar up here, and then you may make this little jump here, but the thing is, you're seeing yourself there, so you're getting disappointed with yourself. So the biggest thing for an actor is to set yourself realistic goals. And with those goals, I find with each step with yourself, as you're stepping up, as you're going up in the ladder, so I'm a bit sick at the moment, my nose is a bit blocked, so sorry if I cough or anything in here. But as you're going up there, it's not just a step in your career, it's also a step in the next evolution of yourself. As I notice with each step when I rise, I'm on a new level and I've learned a new lesson, and I feel like my spirit itself is literally, it's on another level because it's ready for that level. So if you're seeing yourself up here, which is great because it's really good to have vision, like a vision for yourself where you want to be. And it's also good to have idols for yourself as well. It's just like, but not in comparison. It's just like, oh, I want their life. No, I respect the work that they've done and I'd like to be somewhere along those lines. But my journey is different to theirs. It's the same belief systems as you, the way they carry themselves. You resonate with them on some level, and that's a spiritual connection and stuff, and that's great. But don't compare yourself to their lives to where they are at, because they are years down the journey from where you are. And their spiritual evolution has got them to that point, whereas yours is here, and that's fine because that's your journey. But if you're seeing yourself here and you're not there yet, that's where that's when the falls can happen. But also a big thing that I've been telling people, not just about the expectations of where you are, because everyone's journey is different. If you're a perfectionist like me, which is something that I've been dealing with, perfection, it's impossible. It's subjective to everyone, because what everyone thinks is perfect, what anyone even thinks is just really awesome or amazing, or like a movie. Like, movies are a perfect example. So there may be a great movie out there, like say, for example, Mission Impossible, which I like Mission Impossible, so don't, think I don't like it. But say I didn't like this movie, but the person next to me thinks it's the best thing they've ever seen. They think that's perfection. That's their opinion. Like, perfectionism like that, whatever anyone sees is perfect. It's their opinion, and it's subjective to them, to their belief systems, how they've grown up, the people they surround themselves with, their job. All that encompasses to what somebody may like. That's why you never seek perfection, because it just literally, it doesn't exist. It's in the eye of the beholder, as I can't remember who said that quote, but it's so incredibly true. And that's the same thing with setting yourself expectations. If you're a perfectionist and setting yourself unrealistic expectations up here when you're still here, you won't see how far you've actually come. And I find that incredibly sad. If you're not seeing how far you've come, then you're feeling like you're at a stalemate. You may be rising like this, but you're still seeing up here. You're still looking for that, and you're still thinking, why am I not there yet? When that journey for you, that could be towards the end of your life. That could be 5 years away. That could be 1 year away. It could be 6 months. But the thing is, it's okay not to be there yet, because look at how far you've actually come in it. Look at the journey in your ladder. So expectations is number one, especially for actors, because whenever you get that audition, or you may get that one commercial, and then it's 6 months down the track, and then you don't get another commercial till then, or you may get a bit part role then, but it took 6 months to get to that point. So with actors, what I say is, because this is the biggest thing, because I noticed in my journey, this was my biggest pitfall in my acting, and that was me making my whole entire world about acting. Everything was about acting, which is great to, you know, keep the training, because I was training so much, I was doing this, I was doing that, I was doing so much about it, which is great, which is, you know, you need to keep training, you need to keep feeling those juices. But the thing is, my entire world was acting. So when I wasn't getting auditions, when I wasn't getting the roles I wanted or anything like that, when I wasn't getting that, I was getting so down, and I had a breakdown because of it, because since my entire world was acting, when nothing was happening in that world, I felt like a failure. So the best thing that I discovered was, anyone who knows me, yoga. Yoga is what I discovered. But the thing is, whatever your passion is, you can have more than one passion. That's the thing. You can have way more than one passion. You can have 10 passions. You can have, like, because you're interested in a lot. You could be interested in other things that have nothing to do with acting. If you make your entire world acting, when nothing's happening there yet, because you'd be positive about it, but when nothing is happening there yet, if you have something else you're interested in, something else that lights you up, something else that lights that fire underneath you that makes you want to keep going, you need to find that for yourself, whatever it may be. If you may just be food, maybe you're a great cook, maybe you want to do a cooking channel or something like that. Maybe you want to do reviews for people who are cooking food or something at restaurants. I don't know, something crazy like that. Anything that is your passion, anything that just lights you up and just makes you want to keep going, you have to find other things like that surrounding it. You can't make your entire world about that. You still go for this goal. You still try and make it in acting. You still do the training. You still do all that. You know, you still put down self-tapes, all that kind of thing. Getting new headshots, you know, getting other things around it, going to short films, all that kind of thing. Anything that keeps that going, but also you have to have another interest. I've been saying this to a lot of people, and social media is a really great way to actually, it's also good for your profile, because as any actor knows, you need a profile. You need a social media profile. Now, it's not just, which is sad, but it's not just about acting anymore. It's not just about the talent. It's about how many people are following you. It's about how much engagement you're having, like how many people are following you on Instagram, how many likes you're getting, how many shares, how many comments, how many people are liking what you're doing. Because the thing is, if you have a high social media platform that's reaching the world and you have a lot of followers, then those followers are going to be watching you on whatever that TV show is, whatever that movie is, or anything like that. Like, that's the game now, and that's something that I had to accept in myself, because for the start of it, I was going, no, I'm just going to be a good actor. That's it. That's all I need to do. I just need to be a good actor. And I'll get seen, I'll get that audition, I'll get that role, that bit part role, then I'll just go up that, up. Go up like that. But unfortunately, it isn't that way anymore. There are many ways in, but this is the way that I've found that's worked for me. So I created my Aesthetics Flow channel, my YouTube channel. First of all, it started off with just yoga routines, and now it's going into tarot readings, it's going into how-to videos, it's going into guided meditations. It's actually grown so much bigger than I ever thought it could be, and I've used that on my Instagram page. And I've made my Instagram page about quotes, about my Aesthetics Flow stuff, about my Find Yous, inspirational messages, and that has been the biggest, like, it gives me, when nothing is happening acting yet, when, you know, it feels like there's not as much happening there, it gives me a reason to get out of bed, basically. That's what it does for me. And it's another passion of mine. It's something else I'm massive passionate about. And I'm literally, to be honest, I'm just as passionate about that as my acting. That's what, and I never thought I could do that. I thought I had one goal. It was just acting. It's just being a really good actress and, you know, telling stories, because I love telling stories. But I also discovered another passion within myself, and that came out of that breakdown I had, because I made acting my whole world, and literally everything was just about that. And that's why I had that breakdown, because my expectations were way too high. I expected to be better, in a better position than I originally was, and I wasn't. And I just went plummet. It was horrible. But the thing was, I needed that breakdown, because it actually helped me discover ways to build myself back up. And that's when I found yoga. That's when I went on that yoga retreat with my sister. That's when I found meditation. That's when I found tarot readings online, inspirational people that I love watching now. I got so many. I'm actually going to have to list them in a video how many I watched, because I just find so much inspiration about that. And that's where it's all gone on my Instagram page, and that's why that's rising right now, my Aesthetics Flow channel. And that's given me passion, motivation to keep going, but it's also making my acting better, because when I go to that audition, not everything's riding on the, oh, whoa, damn it, I was trying to make a really good point. But, so when I go to that audition, when I get that audition, not everything is actually relying on that audition. Not everything is riding on that audition. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I don't get that role, because I have other things that are filling me up. thing is, when my acting was my whole world, when I went to that audition, I was shitting my pants. I was so nervous because I was putting so much pressure. It was a tiny role. It was literally the tiniest role that I was actually going for. And I put so much pressure on it. I was so nervous for it. But now when I go to auditions, it's not like that anymore because I've actually got a different mindset about it, but I have other things that I'm passionate about. I have other things I want to achieve, which is great, which is why a lot of actors actually are in different areas. They actually, if you really do look them up, you see how much they actually do. They're not just acting, they've got other projects on board and they have other things that fill them up, and half the time those things actually would have been around before they actually became famous. If you really look into their stories, you'll see that they had other things, and that's what I'm telling a lot of actors now when I'm at work or anything, so I work at my acting school. And I've been saying to a lot of people with Instagram, I'm like, find a passion that you can put online, create your own content, find something that ignites you and is fun. The biggest thing is you gotta keep it fun, because if it's not fun, you will not keep doing it. What I'm doing right now, I love doing. I find it so much like pleasure and it's fun for me and I want to keep doing it. So find something else, and especially on social media, like this is a great way for actors to actually get their game up, to actually get their following up, is by doing things like this. Finding something else they're passionate about. Because if you go to a casting workshop, because I've been to a million of them, and a lot of the casting directors ask you, what else are your interests? What else do you do? And a lot of actors I've seen on there, because I've been on that camera, when I'm taking those sessions, and I see a lot of them stumbling. And I see a lot of them going like, because acting's the whole world and they don't have any other interests but acting. And that's not interesting to a casting director. Casting directors want to hear what other skills you have, what else interests you, what other funky things are you doing, because that's what actually makes you an individual, and that's what you really need to do for your profiles now, is make yourself an individual and discover what is your platform. What is it? Because the thing is, you can't just go in there to be a famous actor. It's not going to work, because it's not a give and take relationship, as the energy in the world is an energy exchange. If you're not putting content out, you're not getting stuff back in. So the biggest thing is find your reason why you're doing it, and find content that you can produce that makes you happy, that is fun for you, and then you can get more back. So it's the biggest thing I've noticed now, especially for actors. You've got to have something else behind you. And that's like, honestly, like you can expand it to other areas of the world. It's not just in acting. Whatever it is you're trying to achieve, have something else. It may just be a hobby that you do, but you don't even realize you could actually do a whole social media platform on it and produce content and help other people and actually just telling your story. Anything like that, but find another passion, because you can't just keep it at the one thing, because when nothing is happening in that world, you feel incredibly disappointed. So the biggest lesson I've learned is find what else ignites you. So I just want to say thank you so much, you guys, for supporting me in my channel. I'm really appreciating all the views and all the support on there, because I'm seeing a lot more of an increase in engagement. So I'm very, very excited about that. And also, any content you want to see, anything you want to see me talk about or anything, just comment them below and I'll do another video on you guys on whatever you say, because I'm really happy to receive those. As whatever you guys need, I want to help. Like I'm a Pisces, so I'm very compassionate. I love helping people. So anything you want to see, just comment them below and share my videos around so other people can see them too. I really appreciate that. And I'll see you guys in my next diary log.